Hello everyone, this is Miroslava. I am the Metaphysical Chick, multiverse ambassador here to help you master the matrix by expanding your mind. I am filming this on October 1st and I felt inspired to share my perspective on the devil, on evil, on negative energy or negative entities in this universe. So yeah, if you're interested, let's dive in. Now, this is going to be more of a conversation. I don't have an outline. I don't have anything to follow. So I'm just going to be sharing my perspective as it comes. But yeah, so I do see a lot of people out there and they are so afraid of negative energy. They are so afraid of psychic attacks and negative entities. They are so afraid of the devil. You know, in Christianity, we have grown to really despise this being that we see as the devil. And and this is only my understanding, and what I can say is that from my own personal experience and doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, and really getting to know myself and getting to know God and getting to connect with that source, with the creator of everything that exists within this universe, I have been able to reach a state of neutrality. And so when someone tells me about psychic attacks or negative entities or even the devil, I am no longer afraid of these external energies because I understand that everything is indeed one, and that darkness or evil is simply it's simply the lack of love, or it is the absence of love. It is the absence of light. And so the way that we combat or that we fight or combat those negative energies and those dark energies is with love. And so if we are afraid of something, that something is only going to get more powerful. It's only going to get more strength, gain more strength over us. And so if you are battling with psychic attacks, or if you feel that there's negative energy around you, then what you can do is come back to yourself, know your worth, see your worth, know your power, and connect with source, connect with yourself, because you are source, and really bring in all of that energy back to you, and come back to yourself, come back to God, come back to love, come back to you. And from this space, nothing that is around you is ever going to hold any power over you. Nothing around you is ever going to control you. Now, another perspective that I have is that, these negative energies or these negative entities, these psychic attacks, are simply happening because there is energy within you that is a match to that vibrational frequency. And so, for example, if I am still holding on to trauma and I'm still holding on to maybe things that happened in the past, and I am still holding on to anger, negative energy that is in this universe, because yes, there is indeed negative energy, there is indeed entities that are on the path of service to self, and they are, here navigating this universe to control other people and to manipulate and control your mind. But it's all about just coming back to ourselves. Again, if you do feel that there is energy around you that is seeking to control you or that is psychically attacking you, then, there is something within you that is a match to that vibration. And in my experience, I have been doing a lot of shadow work, I have been doing a lot of healing, and I haven't really experienced any negative energy around me. And if there is something and I feel like, there's something around me, I come back to myself. And I just don't pay attention to that energy because, it's not something that I am giving attention to. It's not something that I am choosing to focus on. So if you feel that energy, then refocus and come back to yourself again. That's very important. And now something else that I feel, or that I believe, my perspective, is that, us rejecting the shadow and rejecting darkness, rejecting the negative polarity, is also sort of rejecting our feminine essence, because the feminine is the negative polarity. The feminine is chaos. The feminine is the void. And I feel that by us rejecting the shadow within ourselves, we are rejecting this beautiful, chaotic, crazy, wild feminine energy. And so, yeah, and I think it's very important for us to make peace with our own shadows so that we can be or make peace with our own feminine energy, with that raw essence of the feminine energy. Because yes, the feminine can be flowy, it can be beautiful and magical, but the feminine energy can also be like the goddess Kali, destructive and chaotic and, and crazy and wild. And so make peace with this aspect of you so that, within you first, so that the energy around you can harmonize, and so that when something shows up that you perceive as evil or as bad, you can see it with neutrality and you can see it with love and have compassion for either that negative entity, that being, or for an experience that seems bad or evil. So it's all about, again, it's all about self-mastery. And that's what really rewires our brain to start seeing past the distortion, to start seeing past the evolution of this third dimensional experience or third density experience. And because we have, or we hear a lot of people, in society, and they are bashing the dark and bashing all of these negative entities, the negative energy, the negative polarity. But it's again like, we can't harmonize something if we are bashing it or feeding it with more of that darkness. Because it's like, it's crazy and it's so ironic that when we see something evil, we reject it, which is something that is more on that negative polarity or that dark polarity. Because if you were to really embrace that, that would be more on the positive polarity, more on the light, more of love, it's compassion. And so instead of rejecting something, see it, feel it, and really love it and have compassion for it. And know that, whatever that may be, a being, a energy, frequency, an experience, whatever that is here to show you something. And also something that I've realized recently is that it's well, I haven't realized this recently because it's always been here, but this negative energy and these negative beings are showing us the shadow within ourselves. If you are triggered by this negative entity, if there is something that this negative being or this experience is triggering within you, then that means that there's something within you that needs to be addressed. Because otherwise you won't be triggered, you won't be bothered by anything that happens around you. And so take the time when something like that happens to really come back to yourself and to address everything that you are holding within that is not of the light. Everything that exists in this universe, all energy, all consciousness, comes from the same place, comes from source. And yes, I know that negative energy or positive energy do hold various frequencies, different vibrations, and the expression of those energies can be different, is different, but we all come from the same source. And so when we look at this from a space of neutrality, which is the space in which source always is, source is not going to look at a negative energy or a negative entity and be like, hey bitch, what the fuck? But no, God is gonna look at this being and it's gonna be like, you know what? I love you. Express yourself in whatever way you want to express yourself. God is going to have that compassion and is going to allow that negative energy or that being to make mistakes so that eventually they can realize, hey, this is not really the path I want to be on, because it's creating a lot of fear, it's creating a lot of friction, and it's not really what feeds my soul. I am no longer comfortable being in this space. And that's when they'll make the choice to head to a more positively polarized state of being. So for example, we see in this world, we see Republicans and Democrats and liberals and what's the other, conservative or patriots, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, there's such a division in this world. And like the Democrats, they see the Republicans as evil, and the Republicans, they see the Democrats as the devil, because it's like, there's such a division. It is like, the polarity is so fucking strong, and there's no middle ground. No one is listening to either side. They are more on a negatively polarized state of consciousness. And so in order to harmonize this energy and to really see everything from a neutral space, we have to all come back to ourselves and to have compassion. Again, it's so important. the ability to have compassion is what gives you the ability to see everything without fear, to see everything without anger, without judgment, and to just allow everything to unfold the way that it must be. And yes, society or this world is in the brink of really, just making a jump to fourth density, fifth density, and it's very much needed. And I feel that this is exactly what is taking place in the world right now. Right now, humanity are being given the choice to step from a negatively polarized state of consciousness to a more positively polarized state of consciousness, from third density to fourth density to fifth density and to the higher densities, because there's still a lot to go, there's still a lot to do. But yeah, I think it's very beautiful, and that there is a lot that the shadow is here to teach us. There's so much wisdom, but because we are constantly rejecting these other energies, it's hard for us to really see the lesson. But yeah, there's so much that we can learn, and one of the biggest things that we learn is unconditional love and compassion, which is the true frequency of God. That is the true frequency of source. So let's go back to the question: is the devil real? Is negative energy real? Is evil real? And my answer would be yes. If you believe that something is real, then that automatically makes it real, because in the quantum field every possibility is true. And so if you feel that when you die you're gonna go to hell, then you will go somewhere that resembles hell. But if you believe in heaven, and if you believe that when you die you're gonna go to heaven, you will go to a place that resembles heaven. That it's a creation of your own imagination and of your own belief. So but yeah, to me, I don't believe that. My perspective, in my experience, my belief is that the devil is not really a thing, that the devil is not real. There is only energy. There is no being, no physical being, in hell, in the gates of hell, or in the underworld, in the fire, making choices and punishing people, and, making sinners his or whatever, they're a slave. I see my worth, and I know who I am. I know where I stand. I know that I hold the energy of love and compassion. I know that I hold the energy or the frequency that is more positively polarized, that is more on the light, that is more of the light. And so I know, and this is my choice, this is what I have chosen to do. But I still love the darkness, I still love the shadow, and I still love beings that that are fucking everything up, and that are doing shit that is really harming other people, because those beings are also derived from source, and we are all one. We are all one. And I think that's something that we are forgetting, is that we are indeed all one. If we all knew, and we all really saw and understood and accepted and embraced the fact that we are all one, this world, this universe would be so much more different, my friend. So yes, I am a light worker, I am a star sign, and I am here to really assist souls, to awaken souls, to empower souls. But I also have been in the underworlds. I have been in those lower states of consciousness, and I did that because I wanted to understand. I wanted to know what it was like. And my belief is that each and every one of us that has disconnected from source, that has, detached from source, has been in those lower levels of consciousness, in those lower density fields of consciousness. And that's why, there is no judgment, because we've all been there. We've all made mistakes. We've all created chaos at some point. And right now we are on this third density field of consciousness on Earth to make the choice to positively polarize our experience, and to really embark on the path of service to others. Now, a lot of beings, like I said before, they are here to serve themselves. They are on that negative path, but again, it's all one, it's all the same, and they're having their own experience. And again, eventually they will figure things out. They will know that they can't head back to source until they positively polarize their experience. So that's all I have for you today. It's just a conversation. Again, I didn't really have anything in mind before coming here. I just wanted to share my perspective on this. And now, if you're interested in crystals, I do have this new crescent moon design. The one that I am wearing is actually an ancient Egyptian Priestess Magic pendant with carnelian, lapis lazuli, ruby, and selenite, I believe. It is all copper wire. I'll leave pictures here, but yeah, I also have another one that I'll be sharing on my website, so the links are gonna be in the description box if you want to purchase or if you want to order a custom piece. I am really feeling the energy of Goddess Isis and Mary Magdalene and Goddess Kali and Lilith, and I think it's so in alignment with the energy of this fall, and yeah, I think it's gonna be very powerful. It's all about embracing also the darkness within and the shadow within and that wild feminine essence. So I think it's very beautiful. So leave a like if you resonate with the information, subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.